Linaw, kauswagan, panuntaron, palamon, bisan asa mudangan, sa among papaling kamon, ikaw amo kanunay, lahan lumon, ikaw amo kanunay, lahan lumon. Celebrate Cebu, celebrate Cebu, and islands of exciting things for me and for you. Celebrate Cebu, celebrate Cebu, a never-ending festivity. Let's dance and be happy.
Dili lalim ang naagian sa atong mga katigulangan sa pagbawi sa atong kagawasan gikan sa mga langyaw. Nakuha gihapon nato og sukol sa pagpahamtang sa atong pamaagi sa kinabuhi. Diha sa paghunog sa atong kinaiya sa pagtuo, dihande ug uban pa. Maong mopatigbabaw gihapon atong sugilanon ug gawas ning gihapon ang sumbuan. Diha pa lang sa sinugdanan, diha sa atong pag-abi-abi sa mga naabot sa atong lapyahan, ikawas ang atong pagkakita. Atong gipili ang pagtuo nga haom sa atong kinaiya. Musukol kundi kauyon. Pagkaplag kung asa kutob ang pagsalig sa kaugalingon ug sa labang makagagaw. Kabalo nga modawat asa kutob ang mahimo ug mudangop sa mga hagi. Kamao mo tago, magpailog, aktibong huwat, ug andam nga musulong sa saktong panahon. Way undang nga musuway sa walay pagpuwas hangtod maangkon ang kadaugan o kagawasan. Ang subuanon, dili malimot sa iyang
kaagi ug mahigugma sa gikabilin sa mga nauna, dili muhunong sa pagsaysay sa iyang sugilanon.
Celebrate, 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 celebrate Cebu!
If the month of May is about to unfold, and if we Cebuanos hear the word May, this is the first thing that will pop up in our minds. the Gabii Sa Kabilin, or also known in millennial term as #GSK.
Unsa pa man ang inyong gibuhat? Tara na! Huyugi ko ninyo sa GSK 2023. #Pagpanag-iya, owning your story. Good afternoon once again. I'm now here at the front of Casa Gordo and the Kabilin Center. These venues behind me are just two of the 22 participating sites for this year's Gabii Sa Kabilin #Pagpanag-iya, owning our story. These venues will be opened later at 6 and will end at 12 in the midnight.
The Gabii Sa Kabilin, or Night of Heritage in English, also known for its initials as GSK, is an annual event organized and initiated by the Ramon Aboitiz Foundation Inc, or RAFI, where museums and heritage sites in cities of Cebu, Lapu-Lapu, Mandaue, and Talisay are open to the public for one night. The museums and heritage sites being referred are this year's 22 partner participating sites, namely Archdiocesan Museum of Cebu, Archdiocesan Shrine of San Nicolas de Tolentino Parish, Archdiocesan Shrine of the Most Sacred Heart of Jesus, Basilica Minore del Santo Niño Museum, Casa Gordo Museum, Cebu City Museum, Fogwang Shanchun Temple, Fort San Pedro, Freedom Park, Liberty Shrine or Mactan Shrine, Museo de Talisay, Museo Parian sa Subo or the 1730 Jesuit House, Museo Subo, Palm Grass Cebu, the Heritage Hotel, RAFI, the Kabilin Center, St. Teresa's College or Sister Maria Delia Colonel Folklife Museum, Cebu Chinese Heritage Museum, the Heritage of Faith Museum, University of San Carlos Museum, University of San Jose Recoletos, University of Southern Philippines Foundation, the Rizaliana Museum, and the University of the Philippines, Cebu. The goals of this annual nightly heritage are the following. First, to connect the story of the ancient times to the present time through the use of ancient artifacts, food exhibits, film showing activities, art galleries, antique furnitures, and other belongings being displayed inside the museums and other participating sites. Second, to tell the story about the Philippines during the pre-colonial, the colonial, and the post-colonial times to the public, including the younger audiences. Third, to give recognition to the historical landmarks which became part of the establishment of our country, Philippines, then later awarded as our country's national cultural and historical site. Fourth, to give recognition for such legacies left and made by legendary people who became the framework of the establishment of our country's history. And lastly, to encourage the public to visit museums and heritage sites and to teach the public on how to preserve our culture and history so that it can be passed and be taught to succeeding generations. By just buying a ticket of your choice, let me tell you the difference between the 200 peso ticket and the 300 peso one. For 200 peso ticket, you can only enjoy entering those participating sites as mentioned, while for the 300 peso ticket, you can enjoy not just on entering those participating sites as mentioned, but also on taking unlimited bus rides and one tartanilla ride.
at Fort San Pedro.
Good day to everyone. Maayong adlaw kanatong tanan, and we are now here in our another year of our Gabii Sa Kabilin, and I welcome you all in the Archdiocesan Museum of Cebu. Dayon kamo. The Diocesan Museum of Cebu was established in 2006. This was used to be the old convent that used to house the priests assigned here in the cathedral as the mother church of the Archdiocese of Cebu. And this museum is an ecclesiastical museum that houses all the collections of the things that used to be part of the mission of the church, from the ecclesiastical archives to the ecclesiastical artifacts that used to part of the house of God or part of the ecclesiastical ensemble. Here I welcome you in a unique chapel. This used to be the original place of the museum. In the year 1999, Monsignor Virgilio Yap gathered the artifacts, the church artifacts here in this house, in this room, where he curated parts of the collection that he gathered from the whole of the Archdiocese of Cebu. Now we expanded the whole area. We have the collection of his the late Cardinal Rosales, the first-class relics of his favorite saints. And here we also have the collection from the parish of Carmen, where we can see that this is made of bronze and silver. This is a part of the retablo or the retable ensemble that somehow houses the altar of the church where the priests used to celebrate the Holy Mass. And one thing very important about this museum is that the whole structure of the old convent was converted into a museum. Not only one area, two areas, but the whole structure that includes as well the garden of this convent was converted into museums and galleries that house the important parts and things and artifacts that tell us the story of the faith lived by the community from the past and is connected today and would continue to inspire our future generations. This year, we are preparing a lot of wonderful and exciting things for this year's versions of the Gabii Sa Kabilin. We are preparing a lot of videos featuring the heritage churches of the whole of the Archdiocese of Cebu, highlighting the architectural features of the church, the significance of the church, the local story of the church, as well as devotions, or where you can find the devotions in these churches. These are the things we are preparing to really showcase in this year's Gabii Sa Kabilin. Hi Don, how are you? We are already the museum pieces here in the Archdiocesan Museum of Cebu. By the way, you can introduce yourself to our Suki sa Gabii Sa Kabilin. Yeah.
I am Kaloy Apuhin. I am a member of the curatorial board, the Diocesan Museum of Cebu. I am also a member of the Cebu Archdiocesan Commission for the Cultural Heritage of the Church.
And by the way, I am Father Brian Brigoli, the current director of this museum, the Archdiocesan Museum of Cebu, and also the director of the Cebu Archdiocesan Commission for the Cultural Heritage of the Church, where Don Caloy, which I used to call him, is also a member. Dayon kamo sa amuang museum sa Archdiocesan Museum of Cebu ilabi na karong Mayo 12, karong tuiga sa kasaulugan sa Gabii Sa Kabilin.
Dadaan inyong pamilya, inyong mga anak, magkita-kita ta dire. Dayon kamo. Hi, welcome to the Archdiocesan Shrine of the Most Sacred Heart of Jesus. I am Father J. Cesar R. Maria of the Society of Jesus and currently the parish priest of this shrine. So welcome to the Archdiocesan Shrine of the Most Sacred Heart of Jesus. As in any shrine, here we really promote a devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And as in any novena, what is peculiar, at least with the devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus, that it has 12 promises. Promises that are all shown around the whole church. So it's one of those things that you can look over and reflect on as you go around the church. So as mentioned earlier, there are 12 promises of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, and this is one of the first promise is that I will give them all the graces necessary in their state of life. And to know more of what we do here at the Archdiocesan Shrine of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, and what we can offer during this Gabii Sa Kabilin, I have my friends, my companions here, Roy and Cardine, really to share to all of you and for you to feel at home here at the shrine.
Right inside the main church, we also have something special and something unique here at the Archdiocesan Shrine of the Most Sacred Heart of Jesus. Since this is a Filipino-Chinese church, or built by the Filipino-Chinese, we have a special ancestral room in which there is an image of Our Lady of China and images of the 120 martyrs of China. So it's not in all churches that you can see something like this. Outside the main church, we also have a Hall of Saints in which we can see the different images of the different saints, and maybe your patron saint is one of them. And we have actually provided a special QR code per saint if you want to get to know more about them. So, aside from the Hall of Saints, actually, I'm also interested and curious about one part or one venue here inside the church. Colonel, I have seen on social media that there are Chinese families venerating and offering incense to their ancestors. I wonder, where is that particularly here in the Sacred Heart Parish?
So beside the Hall of Saints, we have here the Ancestral Veneration Altar, where, as you said, we can offer incense and other prayers and petitions to our ancestors, to Our Lady of China, to some of the saints, as well as to the 120 martyr and saints of China.
Oh, by the way, we also have this Ignite. The Ignite is the official newsletter of the Sacred Heart Parish.
So in this Ignite, or in this newsletter rather, we have different articles that were written by our Jesuit fathers, by our own parishioners as well.
And you know what, Caroline, what's special about this Ignite is that there is a free Chinese lesson at the back. So in which it showcases different Chinese words and translations and how to write them correctly. So in behalf of the Jesuit priests here at the Archdiocesan Shrine of the Most Sacred Heart of Jesus, see you at the Gabii Sa Kabilin.
This coming May 12, 2023, Friday.
This has been Roy, men.
And this has been Caroline, 再见.
Hi! Maayong buntag. I'm Rave, the Museum Officer for Casa Gorordo Museum. Dayon kamo! Since the last GSK, Casa Gorordo Museum has been working hard in improving our customer service and our museum tours. We were also able to open our partnership with Bo's Coffee. You can enjoy refreshments at our cafe. Musulod na ta sa balay. Please watch your step. Say hi to our beautiful staff here at Casa Gorordo Museum. For this year's GSK, Casa Gorordo Museum is proud to announce that we will not be only offering an experience inside the museum. We will be bringing out our exhibit into the streets for all people to see. Casa Gorordo Museum is unique for me because this is a good example of a mestizo house. If you look outside, this is a Spanish house, but inside you have aspects that suggest the mixing of culture here in Cebu, from Spanish to Chinese and to Filipino. We cannot wait to see you here on May 12, 2023 for Gabii Sa Kabilin at Casa Gorordo Museum. So unsa pa may inyong gihuwat, buy your tickets now.
Hi, I'm Kathy and welcome to Cebu City Museum. So, dayon ta! The Rizal Memorial Library Museum was built in 1937 to honor the most outstanding Filipino educator, patriotic, and martyr, Dr. Jose Rizal. So it was designed probably by architect Juan Arellano, the one also credited for the Cebu Provincial Capitol building design. During World War II, the building served as headquarters of the Japanese Imperial Administration in Cebu. And then afterwards, it housed temporarily the Perpetual Succor Hospital, and then later on the Cebu City Health Department, and then again, the Cebu City Library. And in 1992, that gave birth to the Cebu City Museum. The exhibit highlights some of the elements that became source of strength and boosted the morale of the Cebuano Katipuneros to fight against the Spanish colonizers. With that, we were able to come up with the exhibit title, Tuguran sa Kaiso. So, on the night of JSK, on May 12, no, makita ninyo ang amuang mga nagkalain-lain nga mga anting-anting, mga pinuti o mga pusil nga gigamit sa ato ang mga Katipuneros, no, to fight against the Spanish colonizers. Naasad tayo face painting. We also have live sketching with our different partners, artists. Idapit ko kamong tanan sa pagbisita sa Cebu City Museum aron mapalapdan nato ug mapalawman ang atong kaalam kabahin sa 3 de Abril Revolution. See you!
Hi, my name is Albert. I'm at Fort San Pedro para sa atong Gabii Sa Kabilin. Ato ang saksihan tanan ang talagsaon karong Mayo 12. Lali na, manood na ta. Ang Fort San Pedro is actually ang lugar nga dasigon gyud og maayo sa mga turista. So karon nga Gabii Sa Kabilin dunay lahi na tong programa nga inyong masaksihan o naatay daghan pang makita sa sud. Although ang ato sa scenery dinha ang Gabii Sa Kabilin dunay sorpresa para sa inyong tanan. Mayo 12 ayog kalimti. Yeah, Fort San Pedro, this is our courtyard where the people of the past, during the Spanish time, this is where the soldiers go. And during the American time, this space here was used as a Warwick Barracks during the American time. And as you see, that at my back, Cuerpo de Guardia, where the soldiers used to stay. Kining tanan, masaksihan ninyo, makita ninyo, puno sa mga tao, aligre ang atong Gabii Sa Kabilin. We have film showing about Fort San Pedro, past and the present. Naatay ato ang mga blinds musikero, mutokar sa inyong lovely nga mga songs, nostalgia atong tanan nga mga karaan nga musika, kog naatay mga dancers to showcase the sinulog dance and everything masaksihan karon gihapon ng Mayo 12. Bastion La Concepcion. During the early days, this is where the soldiers have the 24/7 looking out the outside for the enemies or the traders coming in and going out, going southward. This is the north. Fort San Pedro, very unique. This is the only one in the Philippines, the oldest and the smallest tri-bastion fort. Everything started here. Fort San Pedro, not only the only one in the Philippines, the only one in the world. This is the starting point of our who we are today. Mao nang panganimo, saksihin ninyong tanan unsa kanindot ang kagahapon o gipanindot pag-ayo karon. This is it. This is Fort San Pedro. Saksihin ninyong tanan. Saksihin ninyo ang kanindot sa kagahapon. Saksihin ninyo ang matahong nga karon dinhi sa Fort San Pedro karong Mayo 12, Gabii Sa Kabilin. Atangi.
Celebrate, 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 celebrate Cebu!
Okay, hello mga girls! Hello mga girls!
Welcome to Cebu!
Yeah. Okay, so can you share to us your experience for this year's Gabii Sa Kabilin?
Sure, so, Kim, you go first.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, sad. Tapos, kamo mga girls.
So, it's like the sixth museum that we visited to.
Mm-mm.
And yeah, so far, enjoy rather than ang food. So great.
Yes,
Okay.
okay.
Every kanang museum nga magitan ka namin na learn.
Even though discover. Yes, discover.
Yes, the discoveries. So what support local? Visit
Okay.
Museum of Cebu, Jajan.
Okay.
Expect na daghan na museum there sa Cebu.
Kim, gani, okay mo, nalang sa tabakan nila.
Dalan lang pala ideya yun, siya katungan na nagigitili. Which one? Then sulit sa kay good for 321 museums now.
Yeah.
Sulit ka. Then free ride.
Pagkita kanilya.
Yeah, Tartanilla.
Magi siyang
Highlight. Highlight.
Okay, siya man. Wala, diba? Sa kayo sa kanilya niya. Karoon pa nakakuha.
Ato siya. Overall, it's fun! Bye!
Today 5 on purpose.
And how about you, girl? Yes. Yeah.
Tiring lang. Tiring. Duty mo.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Newton, and mga girls.
Hello, my name is Joris Calipon and I am the Public Affairs Lead of Cebu to World Development Incorporated, which is an entity handling the redevelopment of the Carbon District. For this year, we are actually showcasing as part of the entire redevelopment plan of Carbon, the restored Freedom Park, which is just across the University of San Jose Recoletos. We want to actually showcase this because this is historical for Cebuanos, knowing that it has already passed through a lot of generations. In the past, it became part of during the American occupation, and then eventually a lot of things happened here. And then just last year, October of last year, we finally launched the restoration of the Freedom Park because we want to promote the preservation of our cultural heritage here in Cebu City. It's basically reminding us of what a park should really be. People will come here, will gather, families and friends, because aside from the recreational activities that they can do here, it will basically remind us about us being part of a democratic society. This park had been an avenue for people to express their thoughts, their sentiments, their emotions in many occasions. And with the restoration of the Freedom Park, we can actually see that people are coming back here, getting that kind of purpose that we want to see, for everyone who visit the park. Be sure to come here, don't miss the Freedom Park. Visit this beautiful, amazing park right in the heart of Cebu City this May 12, 2023 during the opening of Gabii Sa Kabilin. See you there. Bye!
Hi, good morning or good day everyone. I am John Christopher Falls, or in the office they call me RAFI. I am this year's focal person for the Gabii Sa Kabilin, and I am the OIC of Lapu-Lapu City Tourism Office. Well, the Liberty Shrine here in Barangay Mactan, Lapu-Lapu City has not been able to join the Gabii Sa Kabilin over the past 3 years due to the pandemic and the damages and effects of Typhoon Odette. And considering the new administration of the new government officials, this is our comeback to join for this year's Gabii Sa Kabilin. For this year, we will highlight the Filipino martial arts and the reenactment of the Battle of Mactan that our first Filipino hero, Dato Lapu-Lapu, known for his expertise in martial arts and his influence to the arnis. So we will do a mass demonstration of arnis, or our Filipino martial arts, and the reenactment of the Battle of Mactan and different performances of our local talents. Well, we are here at the marker, and the marker of the Battle of Mactan and the painting showcasing how the battle went 502 years ago. And in this area, you will see new renovations of the shrine, of the Liberty Shrine. This is the Magellan's Monument, and this was damaged by the Typhoon Odette, although we already partnered with the National Historical Commission of the Philippines for its renovation. And this is different now in 2023 since its renovation. It has now a big open space for everyone where we can do a lot of activities, we can do a lot of things, we can take a lot of photos everywhere in the area. Well, you can never see another historic area where the Battle of Mactan was held. It was only here at the Liberty Shrine, Mactan, Lapu-Lapu City. And aside from its beautiful setup, aside from its historic information of the different markers, of the different monuments, of the different statues here, it's very peaceful, it's very quiet, and you can enjoy this place with your family. And well, I can say that Liberty Shrine is really a must-see place in Cebu. And of course, aside from the Magellan's Monument, we have here our Dato Lapu-Lapu statue. We just did a touch of painting, gold painting, so it would look new, but this one's very old. So this is one thing that we are proud to showcase to the participants of Gabii Sa Kabilin. Well, aside from this is our first time to handle the Gabii Sa Kabilin for this year, no? Considering that this is our comeback, we're excited to share our story since the theme for this year is Pagpanag-iya, no? It's owning our story. We're excited to share our story of the historic Battle of Mactan. We're excited to share of the different significance of these markers and monuments. Yeah, we did the celebration of the 500 years victory at Mactan. It was celebrated nationally in the Philippines. It was celebrated in Spain. And it was only here in Lapu-Lapu City, Liberty Shrine. And that's what we are excited about, to share to everyone, to the participants of Gabii Sa Kabilin, the significance and the historic Battle of Mactan. Once again, I'd like to invite everyone to join this year's Gabii Sa Kabilin 2023, and of course, visit the Liberty Shrine here at Barangay Mactan, Lapu-Lapu City on May 12, 2023 from 4 p.m. as early as 4 p.m. to 12 midnight.
May hapon, welcome to Museo Sugbo. Ako day si Ray Estrada, Museum Researcher sa Museo Sugbo. Dayon mo. Now, this was called Carcel de Cebu, or the Provincial Jail of Cebu. So, natukod 1870. Aside from being a jail for Cebu, this was proposed as a main prison for the whole Visayas district. Pinatawag po siya Carcel de Despeto. So from 1870 at the American period, 135-year-old building, naimok po na siyang stable for horses at one time. Kaya doon mata sa hipodromo, and the prison lasted up to 2004. So, muna itsura sa building 100 years ago, and blueprint sa Museo Sugbo and the signature of the architect. And then nahimo siyang museo August 5, 2008. Ang museo karon na atay 9 galleries available for viewing. So, musulta sa mga galleries, muna gitawag na pre-colonial gallery. Dili sa museo, makita na ang mga butang na nakuha sa mga burials or about sa history sa Cebu. We have coffin, ceramics from through trading, barter trade, naabot sa museo sa Cebu, and then naabot tayo mga samples po sa gold peg teeth or bansil sa mga Bisayan. So I hope you will learn more about ang bansil sa Museo Sugbo or sa Cebu at the time sa pre-colonial period. Tapos tayo bang gallery sa Picas. This is the Spanish Colonial Gallery. So yun. So money, of course, we saw dato ang history sa Cebu sa 333 years in one small room, but of course major events, of course pag-abot ni Magellan sa Cebu 20 days later, and he died in Mactan at 3 o'clock in the morning, and all the other doctors, and pag-abot ni Miguel Lopez de Legazpi 44 years after. Iabot si Miguel Lopez exactly the same day and month na namatay si Magellan, of course, and then nakit-an ang Santo Niño on pagkaugma on April 28, 1565. And that's why we have it at the Basilica. Ako kamong giawhag to join the Gabii Sa Kabilin karong umaabot May 12, 2023. I hope you will join along with the 21 museums and heritage participating sites. Daghang salamat, amping kanunay o maayong gabi.
Hello, my name is Nino, and I'm a museum assistant of the University of San Carlos Museum. So, ali, so that. So, hello, so meet the team. So, makita na to ron nga busy jud mi since we're preparing for the GSK. So, we're currently doing the inventory of the philatelic collection. So, ang philatelic ay collection na siya sa SBD, and so it is issued in the 1940s up until the 1980s. This commemorates the Philippine Revolution nga nag-connect sa atong GSK nga team, which is the Pagpanag-iya. So morning soon sa ato ang USD Museum. So it has a total of 6 galleries. So morning ang first one, which is the Biodiversity Gallery. Sorry, ita sa soon. Okay, so ang atong biodiversity gallery features butterflies and moths. So we have also different species of animals such as ang atong Philippine eagle, endemic here in the Philippines. So this is the archaeological gallery. So it features the burial jars during the pre-colonial period. So next, we'll be going to the Rosetta Arsenas galleries. So let's go. So Natas and Dumanan galleries, so the collection of the Visayan Santos. So this ecclesiastical collection covers the 18th to the early 20th century and get to see these mementos or the handumanan of the past. So if you want to learn more about our natural history and archaeology, bisita na mo diri sa University of San Carlos during the night of Gabii Sa Kabilin on May 12, 2023. Bye!
Hello, I'm Rana. Welcome to Museo Paya sa Cebu, 1730 Shasip House. Tara! So this museum, 1730, the Jesuits used to live in this house. Unfortunately, 1768, the Jesuits were expelled in the Philippines. And after that, this house was lost in history. Like, nobody knows about the house. Until it became a private property, now owned by the C family. They are the owner of the business, as you can see. So they use this as their bodega. And it explains why this museum is one of a kind, hidden inside a warehouse or inside a bodega of Hottown Hardware. This is what it looks like before during 1800s in the Jesuit house with no like bodega, no hardware, just the house itself. It used to be as beautiful as this one. So this is the diorama that shows their Paria district, year 1800s. So Parian used to be a glorious town, Marinig, because this is where the Chinese used to settle before. That's their plaza, which is now the Heritage Monument. There's a church before named St. Jude Baptist Church. Unfortunately, it was demolished and it is now the fire station. So this is the Parian Gallery. This talks about the overall history of Cebu. So year 13th century, there were already Chinese merchants used to do some trading here in Cebu. And they're actually the first one who came here before the Spaniards, because the Spanish colonization started 1500s. I guess this is very interesting part of, history of this house. So before they opened this as public museum, just year 2008, the very first thing that they did was to restore the foundation, because that's the foundation section of the house. And they found out that beneath the ground was water. So as time goes by, some of the poles, it was floating, it was decaying, and it is like that, you see? So that's why they injected a steel, they put cement for more foundation, and during the process, they accidentally uncovered this artifacts. So they really had no intention of doing some archaeological digs, and it just happened. So since before man, the people, especially the employees, they really had no idea at all that this is a Jesuit or it has historical value. So they just, vandalism, vandal sila. And smoking. For example, this one, emery grain powder. Muna siya ang part na ginabaligya sa business. So probably before it was here. So it's part of the history, And the owner, he wants to make everything raw and good, authentic, because that's what museum is. It is made of coral stones, and the posts are made of mulave tree. In Cebuano, we call it tugas. Anti-termite siya naturally. So more pa siya mafamily sa mga people. Imagine 300 years old na ang house, pero grabe kaligon. So diri kani siya, this talks about the Jesuits. So we give importance to them, put good. The churches, schools, and centers run by the Jesuits. So this used to be the main entrance of the house before. Kanigi siya. And it's the gate. And there's an interesting seal pod. Kaya outside the gate, there's 3 seals. The seal of Mary, of Jesus, and of Joseph, it's one of the evidence. And overhead po, there's a Jesuit seal. The GHS seal, it's also one of the evidence. So this house is a Jesuit property. And you can also see the roof of the house. It's made of clay. So this is the living area. Just trivia, the floor is original from 1730. So you can see the photos of the previous owner. They acquired this probably year 1910. They were Spaniards, the Alvarez family. And that's when also of the one of the evidence that this house was built in the year 1730. So these are the current owner. So this is Mr. Jimmy C. He's actually the one who discovered that this house is a Jesuit house when he studied in Ateneo de Manila. It was year 1970s. So there one day he went to Rizal Library and he accidentally read the book written by a Jesuit historian by Father William Rapeti. So as he was flipping through the pages, he found a familiar structure, which is this house, and that's how he knew that their house pala here in Cebu is the Jesuit house in the Philippines. Okay, so you must come and visit us because this museum offers a lot of interesting history. There's a lot to discover, there's a lot to see, and there's a lot to learn in this museum. So in the Gabii Sa Kabilin, I'm very excited to see a lot of young people having the interest of learning the history of Cebuanos, owning our own story, learning our history. So what are you waiting for? See you on May 12. Bye!
Celebrate, 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 celebrate Cebu!
The very first Gabii Sa Kabilin took place in year 2007 and had only 4 participating sites. Then at its succeeding years until year 2019, the said event had the 4th Friday of May as the annual date, and the number of participating sites were increased. The said annual nightly heritage was inspired from Germany's Long Night of Museums, which was first established at its capital Berlin in year 1997. Then later, it was replicated in other cities around the globe, such as in Vienna in Austria, Budapest in Hungary, St. Petersburg in Russia, Paris in France, Rome in Italy, Amsterdam in the Netherlands, Prague in Czech Republic, Bogota and Colombia, and Buenos Aires in Argentina. In the Asia-Pacific region, we have the Philippines' first capital city, Cebu, in the Chinese Taipei in Taiwan. At its 6th year on May 25th, year 2012, the cities of Mandaue and Lapu-Lapu joined and had 22 participating sites, while at its 7th year on May 31st, year 2013, Talisay City also joined and had 34 participating sites. According to RAFI's organizer and stakeholder management officer, Totits Ocampo, Chief People Officer Michael Godinez, and Culture and Heritage Director Florencio Moreno II, the use of themes for the annual Gabii Sa Kabilin started at its 4th year on May 28th, year 2010, where its themes were museums for social harmony and preserving the gift of faith, and had 10 participating sites. In years 2007, 2008, 2009, 2013, and 2017, the Gabii Sa Kabilin had no themes. In year 2017, the relaxing theme-inspired logo was launched, having tartanilla as its iconic symbol. The themes were the following: 2011, Museum and Memories, Touring Memory Lane. In year 2012, Museums in a Changing World, New Inspirations and Challenges. 2014, Rise of the Queen. 2015, Founding. 2016, Forging Peoples. 2018, Balangay. 2019, Setting Sail. As time passes, The participating sites for the annual Gabii Sa Kabilin keep increasing from 4 at its first year, 5 in year 2008, 6 in year 2009, 10 in year 2010, 19 in year 2011, 22 in year 2012, 34 in 2013, 35 in year 2014, 37 in year 2015, 41 in year 2016, 27 in year 2017, 29 in year 2018, and 17 in year 2019.
Mayong pag-abot sa Palmgrass de Cebu Heritage Hotel. Alit, dayon kamo. Palmgrass Hotel is owned by the descendant of Isidro Gabilondo, a Spanish mestizo lawyer. The historical Tres de Abril uprising against Spain was planned in his house. Palmgrass halls and floors are named after important Cebu historical figures who made lasting contributions to Cebu history. We are now at Hardin Dagami, the chief of Gabii, who led the 1565 to 1567 resistance against the Spaniards in Cebu. This is our bar counter inspired by Caracoa, pre-colonial trading warship that is built without nails faster than a Spanish galleon. For this 2023 GSK, we will launch a video on war, history, and love. We will feature our Galeria Independencia, art exhibit, and more. Magkita-kita kita sa Palmgrass on May 12. Buy your tickets now.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm a researcher and writing associate here at the Kabilin Center. Let's go inside and take a sneak peek. The Kabilin Center has always been a hub for Cebuano culture. And for this year's GSK, what we have prepared is a new exhibit called Duyan ang Kadagatan that talks about Cebuano culture and the heritage of the sea. The Duyan ang Kadagatan exhibit highlights the role and significance of the waters that surround the island of Cebu to the life of Cebuanos throughout history and its impact to people's culture. The visitors of Duyan ang Kadagatan can expect to see artifacts, boats and fishing implements, artworks, installations, and shellcraft from the fishing communities of Cebu, such as Zaragoza Island, Bajan, Olango Island, Lapu-Lapu, and the islands of Bantayan, accompanied by the historical narratives and anthropological descriptions and literary texts. And on May 12, 2023, the Kabilin Center has prepared something special just for you. We have prepared a cultural performance show entitled Kalingawan sa Bantawan. The cultural performances will show the talent of Cebu, from singing, dancing, and much more. So you can expect all of that here at the Kabilin Center on May 12, 2023. We hope to see you there. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Chanda from the Cebu Chinese Heritage Museum. Since the last GSK, we've been sprucing up our mezzanine floor for all history enthusiasts, lovers, and visitors alike. Without so much preempting the audience as to what we prepared, definitely we have something for you which relates about the history, the origin, and the culture of the Cebu Chinese. First and foremost, Cebu Chinese Heritage Museum is the first and pioneering museum with regards to the Cebu Chinese ancestry. That itself speaks as to why people should come here on May 12. For this year's GSK, we've partnered with the civic community, so that's one. The second, we're going to showcase the rich culture of the Cebu Chinese. On May 12, 6 p.m., our doors will be open for everyone. See you in the Cebu Chinese Heritage Museum.
Hello, I'm Miss Caridad Balisacan, Museum in charge of Sister Maria Delia Coronel Folklife Museum. Okay, let's go to our museum. Okay, so we have here our collection from the different parts of Asia. So we have here artifacts from Indonesia, Malaysia, China, Japan, okay, and other Asian countries. Okay, so most of our sisters, they travel, they're into mission, so they have this collection of little items which they donated to our museum. Okay, so let's know more about what's inside our museum. This is a folklife museum, and we just divided the area into 3 parts. So we have here our Luzon collection, then the Visayas collection, and there we have our Mindanao collection. So what we have here, items from Luzon, okay, specifically the mountain areas or the mountain provinces, okay, the Buntok, the Cordilleras, and all those places, the mountain areas of Luzon. We've been developing our living museum, the endemic trees inside the campus. And we're also developing our intangible heritage, and that's the stories behind those trees. So from the Filipino folklore, so we want the teachers to tell those stories under those trees. Okay, this is our Teresiana collection. Actually, everything here is from our school. We have the old telephone, the old camera used by the MAFCOM students, and we have all our directresses there. And the very first building of St. Teresa's College was built in 1933, and we started classes in 1934. For this year's GSK, we are preparing our Santos collection. Okay, and I'm inviting everyone to see our Santos collection. Okay, they came from the homes of the Cebuanos, and most of them are more than 100 years old. So come and visit us during GSK on May 12, 2023, and learn more about our Santos collection. Okay, see you!
Hi, I'm Chanda from the Cebu Chinese Heritage Museum. Since the last GSK, we've been sprucing up our mezzanine floor for all history enthusiasts, lovers, and visitors alike. Without so much preempting the audience as to what we've prepared, definitely we have something for you which relates about the history, the origin, and the culture of the Cebu Chinese. First and foremost, Cebu Chinese Heritage Museum is the first and pioneering museum with regards to the Cebu Chinese ancestry. That itself speaks as to why people should come here on May 12. For this year's GSK, we've partnered with the civic community, so that's one. The second, we're going to showcase the rich culture of the Cebu Chinese. On May 12, 6 p.m., our doors will be open for everyone. See you in the Cebu Chinese Heritage Museum.
Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Celebrate Cebu.
Okay lang, go. English or Bisaya, go.
And for me, experience ako kanina sa nagkaroon niya ako antay. Medyo heavy siya sa part na ay ang pamahagat ka rin. Ang side ka na, sakita sa buhok niya. Ganun, may kupit-kupit mo sa bus. Okay naman ito siya nga, may satisfaction. Ganun yung ganda, pero ang nakakalagot ka na, buwag-buwag pala yun kayo sa part. Pero enjoy naman ma-experience nga mga nagkapuntahan at kag-ma-learn. Labo na sa ang mula, sino pa rin na enjoy mo nakuha ka learning.
Okay. Okay, thank you. How about sa other koan? Other koan? Other... Okay. 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 Okay.
As a first timer, so ako nga
Ay, okay lang, okay lang.
Hindi ko siya, for me, pero pagkakuha na kay amo mga usual ako ba like wala ito buwag-buwag. Nag-discover, nag-survey ang mga historical places yung experience ang mga subject karon na history. Pero beneficial po siya, at least na pati siya learn and nag-discover and enjoy po siya.
Okay, how about sa inyo mga girls? How about sa inyo mga girls?
Kaya emang twin sister. Twin sister. Nalagyan lang yan.
Okay, thank you. Thank you mga girls. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, hello. Hello mga girls.
Very nice.
Okay, okay, go. Share.
So for me, it's a wonderful experience because aside from you recall what happened in history, it also kind of develop the bond with other people. Like you get to know more of each other. Like you get to involve in real life situations wherein you travel. Like we have this fun. Like fun. So it's life is fun. So nindot yun sa this experience. Wala na. Nagkaunton ang bus basta. Joanna, what is your insights?
Insights. Okay. Okay.
Joanna, actually, sa tanan experience nga ako, doon sa museum, ako yung pinaka-memorable is the Casa Dorado. Like, first ko lang ako adyo is that attraction siya. Pagsuot lang ko is that anything kana gani, like, new para na ako, especially sa patong mga, like, ilahang, I lang like the balay, the interior, it was really nice. And, ang pinaka-ganahan yung part of the CR lang, nice kind of tiles. So, yeah, I think that's all. And sa ko I said is that my experience here is this is my first time. So at first, nakulbaan ko kay like this is my first time na kanang kami okay ko mole. So okay lang sa ako papa. So medyo na ko baka naglayo ang destination and all. And I'm really happy na experience ko ani kay aside sa nga naka-learn ko is that I can certainly say this Gabii Sa Kabilin is a wonderful experience and kanang lahat yung mga gawad ay lang hindi ka na realize gani dito sa lapu-lapu kay na kanang ko appreciate ako nila ang effort since you were one of the 100 visitors so nabiyak to nakadawat ni Annie so it was really a nice souvenir and yeah that's all
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, may adlaw. Welcome to the Heritage of Faith Museum and the Archdiocesan Shrine of Jesus Nazareno. Tara! Okay, last year we have our Marian exhibit since it was October, and we have here the different apparitions of the Blessed Virgin Mary. And then right now, in the month of October, for the Gabii Sa Kabilin May 12, we will have an exhibit in honor of Saint Joseph. Ug karong umabot sa Gabii Sa Kabilin, usa namo ipasundayag kining among nag-inusarang permerong exhibit painungod ni San Jose ug ang hardim or halaman ni San Jose. Kani nagrepresentar sa pito sakit o kalipay ni San Jose. And ug kani siya special kini siya nga mga imahen kay gi-dedicate gid ni siya sa panahon sa pagdeclare sa atong Santo Papa Francisco sa Year of Saint Joseph. Kung gusto ninyo mapalagman ninyong devotion o padaila ni San Jose, dali ka mo sa Heritage of Faith Museum or sa Archdiocesan Shrine of Jesus Nazareno kundi ninyo makita ang halaman ni San Jose or Hardim de San Jose o gamo permerong exhibit kay nungod ka Senior San Jose. Karong umabot Mayo 12 sa Gabii Sa Kabilin. Dali ka mo o kita-kita tatanan.
Welcome to UP Cebu. Maayong pag-abot ug sulod ka mo. We are now here in the administrative building of UP Cebu. This is a mixed-use building as offices of the different administrative units of UP, as well as the new UP Cebu Museum of Art and Culture. The museum primarily holds the art collection of the university, especially from the winning art pieces of the annual Lucete Hoya Art Awards. As you can see in this, the gallery of paintings, you can see works from the alumni of the Fine Arts program of UP Cebu. The Fine Arts program opened in 1975, and in 1925 it will celebrate its 50th anniversary. As you can see from the paintings, you can see different styles and themes of the works. In the walls are a good example of Cebuano modern art, which was the prevalent style in the 1970s, and shifting towards a more contemporary ones that look at figures in different ways. This one is a piece by the friend of UP, June Impas. This is Gabii Sa Kabilin. The Museum of Art and Culture will present ceiling works by the renowned ceiling painter in the 1920s, the Cebuano Raimundo Francia. So you will be able to see in this space the various ceiling works that we will replicate and mount on the ceilings of the building, so you can have a glimpse of the works of Francia, especially those he did in the churches of Bohol, which we can't go visit because it's in the different island. We are now here in the Oblation Plaza, the Oblation Square of the university, where most of the programs during the Gabii Sa Kabilin will be held. There will be dances, poetry reading, films that we will feature in this space. The guests will be able to see a copy of the Tolentino Oblation sculpture in UP Diliman, and so they can take photos of the sculpture, an important icon of Philippine sculpture. University of the Philippines Cebu was first known as the Junior College of Liberal Arts in Cebu City and was established in May 3, 1918 with classes at the Warwick Barracks in front of Leon Kilat Street in Ermita District, near where Carbon Market is now. The fledgling college soon faced challenges such as the lack of permanent home, the effects of a global economic crisis, and opposition in Manila against the further expansion and continued existence of the college. but the will of the Cebuano people and the UP Cebu community prevailed, and the Junior College of Liberal Arts in Cebu City was granted a 13-hectare site in Lahu plus yearly funds by the Cebu Provincial Board. 1927, Professor Teofilo Reyes of the UP College of Engineering finalized plans for the Lahug campus and oversaw the completion of a 2-story building which was inaugurated by UP President Rafael Palma in 1929. In 1936, the Junior College became a permanent branch of UP through Act No. 4244, enabling it to expand its role in the province by offering more courses leading to degrees in commerce, education, general preparatory law, and preparatory medicine. When war broke out, the college was forced to close on December 13, 1941. Its main building was used as an internment camp for Americans and British civilians, and later as a stockade for condemned prisoners by Japanese forces. In 1945, the campus was returned to UP, and classes were held at the buildings the Americans had built. The main building and athletic field, which were damaged during the war, were repaired through funds from the War Damage Commission. Finally, on the 27th of October 2016, UP Cebu was elevated as the 8th constituent unit of the University of the Philippines system. We are now at the Jose T. Hoya Gallery. The gallery is named after the national artist Jose T. Hoya, being one of the founding professors of the Fine Arts program back in 1975. Hoya collaborated with the alumni of UP and now the Dean of Cebuano Painters, Martino Abiliana, to finally open a Fine Arts program in Cebu, the first outside Manila. So the gallery will feature works by alumni of UP Cebu, and it's a tribute show to the professor of UP who has just retired, Professor Ramon Fernandez. So you can see different artworks that dialogue with the body of works of Sir Fernandez. In contrast to the exhibition in the main building, the Museum of Art and Culture, which is mostly art historical, it features works of alumni and artists in the past to tell the story of Cebuano art. In the gallery, we feature contemporary artworks done by our students and alumni and speaks of our contemporary times. So the exhibition, as I've mentioned earlier, is a tribute show to the professor of UP Fine Arts program, Sir Ramon Fernandez. So you can see experimental works, you can see modern contemporary art together to give a tribute to the professor, Ramon Fernandez. UP Cebu will showcase the best of Cebuano art this coming May 12, 2023 for our Gabii Sa Kabilin. If you want to know more about Cebuano art and if you want to support Cebuano artists, please do come and visit us in UP. Makita-kita tapuhon karong Mayo 12 alang sa Gabii Sa Kabilin.
Hello, my name is Nino, and I'm a museum assistant of the University of San Carlos Museum. So, ali, so that. So, hello, so meet the team. So, makita na to ron nga busy jud mi since we're preparing for the GSK. So, we're currently doing the inventory of the philatelic collection. So, ang philatelic ay collection siya sa SBD, and so it is issued in the 1940s up until the 1980s. This commemorates the Philippine Revolution nga nag-connect sa atong GSK nga team, which is the Pagpanag-iya. So morning soon sa ato ang USD Museum. So it has a total of 6 galleries. So morning ang first one, which is the Biodiversity Gallery. Sorry, ita sa soon. Okay, so ang atong Biodiversity Gallery features butterflies and moths. So we have also different species of animals such as ang atong Philippine eagle, endemic here in the Philippines. So this this is the archaeological gallery. So it features the burial jars during the pre-colonial period. So next, we'll be going to the Rosetta Arsenas galleries. So let's go. So Natas and Dumanan galleries, so the collection of the Visayan Santos. So this ecclesiastical collection covers the 18th to the early 20th century and get to see these mementos or the handumanan of the past. So if you want to learn more about our natural history and archaeology, bisita na mo diri sa University of San Carlos during the night of Gabii Sa Kabilin on May 12, 2023. Bye!
Hi, my name is Mitzi Ambra, the Communications Officer of the University of San Jose Recoletos, and we are excited for Gabii Sa Kabilin 2023. On that night, guests will be entering from this area, and come on, I'll show you where we will mount the exhibit. This is the USJR main lobby. Here, we will be exhibiting the different parishes and towns which were founded by the Augustinian Recollects back in the 1600s and onwards. So we have a total of 10 parishes. Most of them are located in the northeastern part of the Cebu Island, and of course including the one which is attached to the university, currently the Archdiocesan Shrine of Mount Carmel, Recoletos. University of San Jose Recoletos is actually celebrating its 75th anniversary this time. And we are also having our inaugural participation to the Gabii Sa Kabilin. In the past, USJR has been encouraging its students to participate in GSK. But for this year, 2023, we are having a more active role by becoming one of the official partner sites for GSK. And for May 2023, what you should look forward to are the exhibits which features the different parishes founded by the Recollects, because it will give you a glimpse of what are the contributions of the Augustinian Recollects to Cebuanos in the past over 400 years. And it is also surprising to note that the history of the Augustinian Recollects is not purely about the religious side of things, but it is also that they also have a greater role in the Cebuanos. So, if you did not know, the very site where USJR stands right now is where the Augustinian Recollects founded or started their Recollect missionary presence in 1621. So, since 1621 up to this day, the Recollects did not move away from their very first site. And a little bit of trivia before, so there was a chapel. It was called Ermita de la Inmaculada Concepcion, and beside it there is a convent, and the convent later on was converted to become a school. What's unique about USJR is I think this is the only school in Cebu which is attached to a parish, and now it's not just a parish, it has been elevated as an archdiocesan shrine. And historically, the front of USJR and Archdiocesan Shrine of Mount Carmel is called Plaza Recoletos. Despite being two different sites right now, the USJR site, as well as the site where the church stands right now, and the plaza located in front of it are actually deeply connected. And this is the story that we also want to tell to those who will come and join us this Gabii Sa Kabilin 2023. If you want to learn more about the over 400 years continuing presence of Augustinian Recollects and their contributions in Cebu, come visit the University of San Jose Recoletos on May 12 for the Gabii Sa Kabilin 2023. For tickets, you can visit the Public Affairs and International Relations Office.
In line with this year's theme, Pagpanag-iya, our national hero, Dr. Josepe Rizal, played a significant role in the Philippine Revolution through his obra maestras. His greatest works, the Non Limitangere and El Filibusterismo, exposed the injustices and corruption of the Spanish colonial government and inspired to seek reforms, protect their rights, and fight for the independence of the Filipinos. Come on, join me. Let's go inside the museum. The museum houses the largest collection of Rizal's memorabilia outside of Luzon. And for the Gabii Sa Kabilin 2023, we can't wait to do this all over again with you. We are all so thrilled and proud to tell you the story of the life, works, and journeys of our beloved national hero, Dr. Jose P. Rizal. In fact, this is how his room looked like when he was in Germany during his travels in Europe. Even in his captivity, when he was back in the Philippines, and eventual execution, Rizal owned his story and remained faithful to the Filipino people, and as the founder of La Liga Filipina, his legacy of peaceful reformists continues to live on with us. This year, as we commemorate the 125th anniversary of Philippine independence, it's certainly the perfect time to look back and appreciate the legacy of our national hero. So come and visit us at the University of Southern Philippines Foundation as we go through the story of our beloved national hero here at the Jose Rizal Museum. Tickets are available at the USPF Lahog and Mabini campuses, as well as the other participating sites of the Gabii Sa Kabilin 2023. Get your tickets now and see you on May 12.
Celebrate, 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 celebrate Cebu!
When the COVID-19 pandemic hit in year 2020, the Gabii Sa Kabilin was cancelled. Moreover, the event's 14th year was supposed to open 21 participating sites and to take place on May 15th. Due to this, their usual activities were shifted to online activities by using social media platforms, conducting series of lectures done by guest speakers every last Friday of the month from June 26th until December 18th, having the theme The Journey. In year 2021, activities were still virtually done. The virtual activities were divided into two parts. The first 3 virtual activities were done from January 29th until March 26th, while the remaining 6 were done from July 30th until December 17th. In the said year, this was the first time that the said event took place on exactly April 16th, to give emphasis for the 5th centennial anniversary of the arrival of Christian religion in the Philippines. The reason why the event's 15th year was themed The Arrival and opened 16 participating sites for the virtual tour. In year 2022, the Gabii Sa Kabilin took place on October 21st. The reason why the event took place on October was because to give way for renovation and restoration of 20 participating sites, which was devastated by Super Typhoon Odette. The event's 16th year was themed Padayon, the persistence of Cebuanos amidst crisis, and opened 20 participating sites, where its activities were finally done face-to-face after its 2-year hiatus due to COVID-19 restrictions. So, this is now the event's 17th year, having the theme Pagpanag-iya, or Owning Our Story, in relation with the 125th celebration of our country's independence from Hispanic forces since 1898. That's why we can see at their logo, the tartanilla was colored in a Philippine flag theme. In addition, the said event was reverted to the month of May, back on earlier date due to weather reasons. This year's theme emphasizes how Cebuanos asserted their independence, identity, and sense of community amidst colonization and cultural imposition. Cherish every moment until it becomes a memory, because our everyday life will soon become our yesterday's history. Before we end this video blog, allow me first to leave you a Bible verse from Job chapter 8 verses 8 to 9 saying, "Ask the former generation and find out what their ancestors learned. For we were born only yesterday and know nothing, and our days on earth are but a shadow."
The Gabii Sa Kabilin was started by Ramon Aboitiz Foundation Inc. or RAFI way back in 2007. And this cultural event is now in its 17th year, imagine, with now 22 participating heritage sites in the cities of Cebu, Talisay, and Lapu-Lapu. So, Gabii Sa Kabilin's purpose really is to celebrate the rich history of Cebu and promote the preservation of Cebuano culture and heritage through museum visits.
Gabii Sa Kabilin, magalindot, dili gayon sa Freedom Park. At yung itudlo sa mga kapatanunan, mga binuhasan sa mga taong nauna nato, nining atong sihat.
And we officially open Gabii Sa Kabilin 2023!
Tagsatag sa mga Lolo! Ay, hindi mo recitation.
So far in the museum that we've visited based on our title karon nga GSK 2023, which is Pagpanag-iya, it actually gave me kumbaga throwback on what really or asa gyud ta nagikan mga Subuanon. And so far as a first timer for GSK, it's 100% very entertaining and fulfilling. na-amaze good ko kay it's about Chinese month. We really want to roam around and get to know this place and to really know the culture po.
Feel na po karon, even if this is the second time, I'm still as proud to be a Cebuano, especially that the guide told us that the blood of Lapu-Lapu is still running through our veins, and I'm a proud Cebuano.
RAFI's advocacy to strongly support GSK and Cebu as a whole in promoting pride of place to help Cebuanos understand, value, care, and enjoy their culture and heritage.